When I was 9 years old, I got into the Royal Winnipeg Ballet summer dance camp. Royal Winnipeg is a professional ballet school, so you have to wear a uniform. And you also have to have your hair pulled back off your face into a classical bun. I didn't know how to do a bun. My mom always did my hair, but this particular summer, she wasn't around. She was actually here in Vancouver finishing her PhD. My dad also didn't know how to do a bun, and so I had to figure it out for myself. And I just couldn't do it. So what I did was I put 2 pigtails in my hair. And then I braided them, but I had long hair, so the braids kind of came down to my shoulders. And so I would take the braids and fold them in half, and I would pin them to the side of my head, so it would be completely off my face. On the first day, I was a little bit nervous, because I knew I didn't have the right hairdo. I walked in, and it seemed fine. Teacher didn't say anything. But there was one girl in the class who would never dance with me. And as the summer went on, I started to realize that I was probably the most different looking kid in the class. Not just because of the hairstyle. I was also the only brown-skinned kid in the class. So when you are in class, you have to practice steps. And you go across the floor, skipping, galloping, walking, running. And you go in partners, and this one girl, she would just never partner with me. It was just something about the way she looked at me. She just didn't like the look of me. Yeah, she just didn't like the look of me.
On the way home from my sister's wedding, we had a stopover in Houston and we had to go through US Customs. So I went up to the little window, separated from my family, gave him my passport, and I asked the usual questions. And for whatever reason, instead of just letting me through, the guy told me to follow him into the room. So I did, and he asked more questions. He scanned my passport again, and then he fingerprinted me. They put me in the waiting room and told me to wait. And of course I was nervous and anxious and totally indignant, because I'd done nothing wrong, and how dare they keep me there. And it was totally an uncomfortable position to be in, because I was going to miss my flight, my family didn't know where I was, and I was mad. Even though I knew I was in a really uncomfortable situation. When I looked around the waiting room, everyone else was probably in a worse position than me. Because I was the only person who was white skin.
So 7 years ago, I'm on the bus going home. And there was a woman sitting on the bus. She was passed out. She slumped over in her seat. And I was a bit worried about her, so I went and I talked to the bus driver about it. And I told him there's an unconscious person on the bus. And he said, you know, I'm just gonna wait and deal with it at the end of the line. And so I went back to my spot, standing up on the bus. And the people who were sitting around her told me not to worry, she was just drunk. And a couple of stops later, the bus had to make a really sudden stop, and the bus jolted. And this woman fell right out of her seat and smashed her head on the floor.
Instructions to make lemonade. This is what you need to make lemonade. A large pitcher, likely on the top shelf of a kitchen cupboard, and preferably glass. The pitcher, that is, not necessarily the shelf. A sharp knife, a drawer to keep it in. A knife drawer is usually found in a house or an apartment. If you don't have one, one can be purchased at Home Depot, Rona, or other fine stores. A cutting board, a place to store it, possibly in a cupboard or on a countertop. A hook or a nail is a nice touch, but work with what you've got. A stove, electricity to run the stove, money to pay the hydro bill. A sauce pot and a cupboard to keep it in. Sour fruit, approximately 400 pieces. You will need money to buy these too. Sugar and a canister to contain the sugar. Clean water and a tap to run it out of. A fridge to cool the lemonade when you are finished making it. A glass, a place to store your glass, likely next to other glasses, just like or unlike it. Ice cubes, ice cube trays, a freezer. They're sometimes attached to a fridge. You will also need a package of stir sticks. This is how you make lemonade. Step 1. Wash hands thoroughly for at least 10 seconds, rubbing your hands together and over top and around each other. 2. Locate a knife from your kitchen drawer. 3. Get a cutting board. Step 4. Pick up the knife. 5. Locate numerous pieces of sour fruit. Maybe not grapes. 6. Place one of your hands around a piece of sour fruit. Step 7. Pick up the fruit. 8. Place a piece of fruit on the cutting board. 9. Place knife blade side down on the skin of the fruit. 10. Cut fruit into halves, thirds, or quarters. 11. Repeat until all sour fruit has been cut. Step 12. Remove as many seeds as you can with the knife. Step 13. Find that fruit press thing that you bought in Mexico. 14. Locate a large pitcher single cut piece of fruit into the fruit press. 16. Squeeze the fruit with the fruit press until all the juice has come out into the pitcher. Step 17. Open the fruit press. 18. Discard the remains into the compost. Oh yes, I probably should have mentioned that you'd need a compost bucket of some sort. Step 19. Repeat until all fruit has been squeezed. 20. Fish out all the seeds that fell into the pitcher and discard them. 21. Locate a sauce pot. 22. Place pot on stove top. Step 23. Add water. Step 24. Grab your sugar, open the sugar container, add lots of sugar. 25. Turn on the stove to a medium-high heat. 26. Heat until the sugar is completely dissolved. 27. Stir. Step 28. Stir again. Step 29. Stir again and again and again. 30. Turn off the stove. Check that the burner light is off, because if you don't, it will certainly be on for hours later if you happen by the kitchen on your way to pay the hydro bill. 31. Let mixture cool. While it's cooling, do an activity of your choosing, such as reading, thinking, discussing politics, or laundry. 32. Pick up pot with hand. 33. Pour sugary mixture into the pitcher containing the squeezed lemon juice. 34. Find a big spoon, preferably wooden, prepare to stir the lemonade. This may involve inhaling and exhaling rhythmically while contemplating existence. I'm not really sure, it's different for everyone. Step 35. Pick up the wooden spoon with your hand. 36. Place wooden spoon in the pitcher. 37. Hold handle and rotate the wooden spoon in pitcher in a clockwise fashion. That's counterclockwise if you're making lemonade south of the equator. 38. Then rotate in a counterclockwise fashion, clockwise in Newfoundland. Step 39. Cool mixture in fridge. Make sure fridge is plugged in and you've been working enough to pay your hydro bill. Step 40. Pour liquid into a glass over ice. 41. Serve with a stir stick in glass or just a good old-fashioned spoon. 42. Drink.
Why make lemonade?
Because it's too hard to throw all the lemons back in life. I think that the lemonade bit is kind of interesting, right? Because really good lemonade is actually really sweet and really bitter at the same time. You know, it's like tart, and sweet, right? Because there's lots of lemon. And it does make me think about like how like struggle's kind of like that. Yeah, there's good things that you can get from struggle, like the sweetness, but it doesn't really make the bitterness go away. It doesn't really make that, doesn't make it any less bitter. Why do you make lemonade?
I don't know that I do it very willingly. You know, like it's not like I just do it because the alternative is far worse.
It's not medical lemonade, it's made.
Yeah, you got the lemons. You know, you got enough lemonade, which is true. I mean, you have to make lemonade, but you don't have to do it alone. Why make lemonade?
Because it's too hard to throw all the lemons back in life. I think that the lemonade bit is kind of interesting, right? Because really good lemonade is really good. It's actually really sweet and really bitter at the same time. You know, it's like tart, and sweet, right? And it does make me think about like how sweet, like struggle's kind of like that. Struggle's kind of like that. Like, yeah, there's good things that you can get from struggle, but it doesn't really make the bitterness go away. It doesn't make it any less bitter.
Give me a little bit more.
Why do you make lemonade?
Lemons, raise and strengthen optimism and a can-do attitude
Remember that?
in the face of adversity or misfortune. I don't know that I do it very well. Yeah, you got the lemons. You got it. Which is true. I mean, there's two alone. Lemons.
It's not about to make lemonade.
Yeah, you got the lemons. Yeah, you got the lemons. There's two alone. Why make lemonade? There's two alone. I just do it. Because I don't know that I do it very willingly.
I think that the lemonade bit is kind of interesting. I use really good lemonade. It's actually really sweet.
Maybe a little more. They do that.
Struggles kind of like that. Struggles kind of like that. Yeah, there's good things that you can get.
There's two alone.